Lance, the Dragon type specialist. The battle begins and Lance starts with Gyarados whilst I lead with Lapras. Gyarados hits us with a bite, but it doesn't do much damage. Lapras uses Thunderbolt, which gets the OHKO on Gyarados. Aerodactyl comes out next. He hits us with an Ancient Power for a decent chunk of damage. Lapras fires back with a Surf, but Aerodactyl hangs on by a sliver. On the next turn, Lance heals up, so I decide to set up a Rain Dance to boost Surf's damage. However, on the next turn, we get hit by another Ancient Power, which crits, taking down Lapras. I switch into Dugong, who tanks an Ancient Power and takes Aerodactyl down with a Surf. Dragonair comes out next, but it immediately falls to an Ice Beam from Dugong. The same thing happens to Lance's second Dragonair. Lance's final Pokemon is Dragonite, so I switch into Jinx, who fires off a 4x super effective Ice Beam to OHKO the Dragonite, winning us the battle. With the Elite Four taken care of, all that's left to do is to take on our rival and become champion. The battle begins and I lead off with Cloyster against his Pidgeot. On the first turn, Pidgeot uses Sand Attack to try and lower our accuracy. We then hit Pidgeot with an Ice Beam, but he holds on in the red. Our rival then wastes 2 full restores before Pidgeot eventually falls to an Ice Beam from Cloyster. Rhydon comes out next, so I switch into Dugong. Dugong uses a Surf, which OHKOs the Rhydon. Next out is Exeggutor, who falls to a single Ice Beam from Jinx. Our rival then sends out Gyarados, so I switch into Lapras. Gyarados manages to land a couple of Thrash attacks before eventually falling to a Thunderbolt from Lapras. Charizard comes in next and I switch into Dugong. We get hit by a few Fire Blasts, but Dugong manages to hold on and takes him down with a Surf. Our rival's last Pokemon is Alakazam. I switch into Jinx and fire off a Shadow Ball, but Alakazam survives. He retaliates with a Psychic, but it does very little damage. On the next turn, we use Shadow Ball again and take Alakazam down, defeating our rival for the last time and becoming the new champion of Kanto with only Ice-type Pokemon. Thank you so much to everyone who watched this video. I really enjoyed this challenge. I've never really used many Ice types before, but I've definitely grown to appreciate a few of them after this challenge. Jinx is surprisingly strong and I will never underestimate it again. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. If there's any other challenge videos you'd like me to do, let me know down in the comments. But that's it for today. Have a lovely festive time and I'll see you all in the next video.